And now, first warning weather with meteorologist Brad Souder.
The latest on Francine. The new update keeps Francine at a tropical storm, but still expected to strengthen into a hurricane later on today. It's beginning to lift more northerly now and northeasterly, if you will, away from bringing the torrential rainfall and flooding that it did earlier this morning to Brownsville and South Padre, keeping just some of the heaviest rain bands offshore from, well, Corpus Christi, Port Aransas, Rockport, but barely offshore. So some of the rainfall totals from this, generally just today, there, Brownsville, as you approach South Padre, 6.5. Some areas got 7 and 8 inches of rain. So probably going to be some standing water and low-lying areas there along the coast. And of course, the storm surge, or at least higher tides, bringing up water up to 3 feet higher than normal tides, creating some coastal flooding. But the worst of the flooding, of course, coast-wise, will be generally in Louisiana, but some concerns around Port Arthur there near Beaumont. All right, so it is clear. Not a cloud in the sky here, really. Some high cirrus clouds way off in the distance. You can see some of those. Those are the outer cloud bands from Francine out in the Gulf. 83 degrees here. The dew point 60, so it's still not all that humid or muggy. We're looking at 90s today, 93 in Gonzales to 94 in New Braunfels, to the middle 90s around Del Rio, and into the 80s for our friends in the hill country. All right, so one storm out there right now, but 2 other areas we're watching. After all, we are entering into peak hurricane season, and it's getting more active, but a little bit delayed, I would say, from, well, how active it was forecast to be. It's been slower than that. Here's Francine. Francine to make landfall tomorrow around, well, tomorrow afternoon. Folks are getting ready for that. Could make landfall as a Cat 2. And here's kind of the progress of all of that as it continues to work off towards the northeast and approaching the coastline tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening, with some of the worst effects around Baton Rouge over toward New Orleans, with that storm coming on in with the wind, the water, of course, to rise up to near 10 feet in some of the most exposed parts of Louisiana's coast. 93 on Thursday for us, and then we get up into the mid-90s, 95 degrees Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So yes, it's getting quite hot out there. We may see some areas that get close to 100 there along the, well, the border. And San Antonio right now looks to be below 100, but certainly a little hotter than it is right now. That's your forecast. We'll be back.